got no problem.
All right, we are back for the second hour of the Art McKoy Country Music and Common Sense radio show. We're going to do our political roundtable. We're going to Big Sheriff to call in. I believe they will call it waiting. 216-578-1490 is the calling number. 216-578-1490 is the calling number. Caller, you are live on the air. Go ahead. Hey, Mike Seals, what's going on? Okay. Well, if Big Sheriff can hear me somewhere, Big Sheriff, we need you to call in because I need your list. So this is how we're going to do it, Mike. We're going to go down the list. We're going to call off the races, and then each of us will make a prediction. So like I said, we're waiting for Big Sheriff to call in. But while we're doing that, Mike, can you give me some races that, don't tell me why or give me the specific, but races that you're looking at? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. You got all the hopping. Let me see if this is Big Sheriff calling in. Can we get that up? 216-578-1490. Calling you live on the air. There he is. All right. So, Big Sheriff, we got Mike Seals on the line. We want to start this roundtable off. So, Big Sheriff, you got the list. We're going to go race by race, or ones that we feel that are relevant, I guess, because we don't get to do them all. So, start us off.
How about Ward 1?
Ward.
Joe Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Incumbent. Juanita Brent. Strong challenger.
All right. Well, I'm going to let our guest go first. Mike, what do you think? You got Joe Jones versus Juanita Brent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Art. We got Ward 1, incumbent Joe Jones versus State Representative Juanita Brent.
Listen, they're all, both of them are fine people, and I appreciate both of them. However, and it seems like, I could be mistaken, but it seems like the council president was kind of leaning towards Brent. I'm not sure, but it just seemed that way to me. And then there was some leaning towards Joe Jones. So it was a great race, and it's a great race, but I have to concur. I think that seems like the people that vote in Jones's ward want to bring it back in, so I agree.
All right. to go Big Sheriff and then I'll go last?
It looks to be like the love is still there, very strong for Councilman Joe Jones. It would be considered to me upset if Juanita Brent did win, but it would be understandable if she did, just because she has some strong name recognition.
All right, so I'm gonna go. I think everybody got it right. I think Joe Jones is a winner. The reason I think that is because, to Mike Seals' point, Juanita Brent is the state representative, so her base would be largely spread out, where Joe Jones's base is concentrated in the ward that he's running. So I think in that, and also he's the incumbent, I think that gives him a bit of the edge because his base is concentrated in one area, where her being a state representative, her base is kind of spread out throughout her district. All right.
And one final comment. Listen, callers out there, once this round table is over, you take note. And if you disagree or you have a different point of view, we want to hear from you too, all right? So you're not left out of this conversation. Just take note as we go along.
Well, we got a call. Hey, guys, hold on. Let's go to this call and see if they have a comment. This is 216-578-1490. Caller, you are live on the air. Go ahead. You're in the political roundtable.
Yes, Taylor.
Go ahead.
I think in Ward 1, I think it's Joe Jones.
All right. Well, thank you, Dante. We're gonna move along to the rest of our predictions. Big Sheriff, what we got next?
Oh, wow. Speaking of the man who's on the phone, Ward 3, Deborah Gray, incumbent. Eric Stubbs on the ballot. 3 write-ins, LaShawn Caldwell. I recognize that name. Rob Olabinga, write-in. I recognize that name. Dantes Taylor, write-in. I definitely recognize that name.
It'll be Dantes Taylor in Ward 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to Mike Seals. We're gonna keep.
All right, thank you for your phone call, Dante.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Ward 3, Deborah Gray. You know, it's really difficult for the city of Cleveland to unseat an incumbent. And so, you know, but Eric Stubbs is a very strong candidate. He's qualified, you know, he worked a number of years at our Cuyahoga County Board of Elections. He's very knowledgeable politically. So unless there's an upset, like I say, it's hard to unseat a incumbent in the city of Cleveland. So I predict a tight race between the two of them. I think that they'll finish either first and second. I'll say the incumbent, you know, based on history, Cleveland's history politically.
Okay.
Beat Deborah Gray.
All right. Art?
One question, Mike. You're our expert in this area. Who did the plain dealer endorse? I was reading some comments and I couldn't figure out who they really endorsed.
Actually, and see that's what I say. All right, the plain dealer endorsed Eric Stubbs.
That's what I thought.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
What makes him a pretty strong. And hey, we've been known to have upsets. So you know, but based on the history, it's hard to.
What's your prediction, Art?
Well, my prediction is that undoubtedly it's going to be a real upset in this race, and it'll be Dantes Taylor, the write-in. It's never happened before, but Dantes Taylor will win this race.
Okay, so let me say this, and I'm not even predicting next. It's going to be Big Sheriff to predict. When I do predictions, I'm doing it on to Mike Seals' point, what history normally would tell us, and then if there was a primary, what those vote totals look like. All right, Big Sheriff, go ahead.
You know something? Because of how I've worked through and seen things, I think it's going to be between Deborah Gray, Dantes Taylor.
All right. But you're not picking a winner, you saying?
the edge always goes to the incumbent. So Deborah Gray.
That's what we asked for. Okay, so I'm going to say the same thing as Mike Seals. I think, again, to his point, it's difficult to unseat a incumbent. I didn't hear, and you guys correct me, I didn't hear anything on the ground or in that ward that was a thorn in Deborah Gray's heel. And then looking at the primary results, she actually, to me, guys, she overperformed in that. So my prediction would be for Deborah Gray, and I actually seen her out on the campaign trail at several events. So my prediction is Deborah Gray. All right, what we got next?
Ward 4, very interesting. Chris Harsh, incumbent. Rehan Waheed, and write-in Michelle Robertson.
All right, Mike, take the swing at that.
Once again, you know, based on Cleveland politics, I'll say it again, it's hard to remove a incumbent in the city of Cleveland. The reason why is unbeknownst to me, but in any event, it just is what it is, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I in that race, I would predict Chris Hart. I've worked with Chris, you know. He's a great community organizer. He's an organizer, period. He's been around a long time. And, you know, he seems to be doing a good job over it. I call it Ward 13 because that's Kevin Kelly's previous ward. This next year will be Ward 4. But I'm predicting Chris Hart will win that race.
Okay, Hart.
I know nothing about this race whatsoever, so I'm leaning on my expert Mike Field and others in their prediction of this race.
So, Big Chef, go ahead.
Rehan Waheed, I think that he's been running a very, very grassroots account on this, using some of his former skills, working with veterans as well as Cleveland Clinic. It seems to be a very interesting ground game. I'm going with him just because of the difference maker in it.
Okay. I'll round it out. I'm going with Chris Hart. Again, I'm in agreement with Mike, but the takeover or the issue at the college with the radio station, I think he spoke out on that, and I think he got some extra attention with that coming out. So you've seen him a bit more, even though I think both of them probably some high name recognition, but he's an incumbent. I think that speaking out on that and seeming to be, at least seemingly with the people, may give him a little bit of advantage. I don't know how close that race is going to be, but Chris Hart's going to win.
Gotcha. Ward 5.
Ward 5.
Rebecca Marr, considered an incumbent. Richard Starr, considered an incumbent. And Myra's Holmes, a write-in.
All right, Mike.
Well, in that race, which is a very interesting race that we need to keep our eye on. And I'll go again. Well, they're both considered an incumbent, but actually, Ward 12, Rebecca Mora, represents. Been eliminated from 2026. So, you know, basically, I think Richard Starr will take that race because he is the existing incumbent in the Cleveland Ward 5. So I'm predicting Richard Starr.
Okay, all right.
Richard Starr.
Big Share.
Richard Starr.
I guess I'm going to make it unanimous. Richard Starr. I think outstanding, well-spoken young man and seems to be putting the fight to the establishment in defense of the people who he represents.
Okay.
All right.
Ward 7.
All right. Remember, listeners, after this is all over, you might think we are all wrong and out of our mind. So you'll be able to give your opinion also, okay?
Go ahead, Big Share.
Ward 7. Austin Davis, Muhammad Faraj.
Mike?
I'm predicting Austin Davis. He won the endorsement in the new Cleveland Ward 7. And I think he's already connected with the administration. And, you know, he performed well in the primary. So I'm predicting Austin Davis.
I think Mike brings up a good point. That the Democratic endorsement sometimes can be the bellwether and who's going to win. So yeah, I would say the same thing. Go ahead, Art.
That's why we got the experts on. I'm not an expert in that field, but Mike, you educate me at the same time you're educating our listening audience, because you're saying this is the new Cleveland Ward 7.
Yes.
Why is it new?
Well, according to the new map that the city council approved, a few numbers changed in the city of Cleveland. We are now Cleveland Ward 7, which is the St. Clair, Superior, and Huff community. But starting January 1st, 2026, that number goes to now Ward 3.
I think they got that wrong, Mike. I think that should have stayed with Fannie Lewis's ward.
Well, you know, we were a little, you're right. We were a little perturbed about that because we felt if any ward should have kept their number, it should have been Ward 7, you know, in honor of Fannie Lewis. So, but, you know, we didn't.
All right, I get that. Listen, we got the experts. Mike said it his way. I'll have to go along with him. That's why we got experts here.
All right, Big Share.
I'm going with Austin Davis because of that endorsement.
And I'm gonna say the same thing. Just like I said, guys, when I'm adding up and subtracting, I'm going by, you know, what in political talk, what matters. The endorsement does matter. You could be a virtual unknown, but when they put that handout out, your picture's on there as the endorsed candidate, that normally can get you over the line, unless you just got somebody who's really strong and has been out there beating the pavement. All right, what we got next, Big Share?
Ward 8. Stephanie House Jones, incumbent. Charlotte Perkins.
Mike, go ahead.
Well. Here's what we got to understand: is that the new Ward 8, which is Ward 7 now, basically there is no incumbent. You understand what I'm saying? But they're considering her, Stephanie House, as the incumbent, but in truth it's an open seat. Because the Ward 7, Stephanie House was originally drew into Ward 6. And so that makes Ward 8 basically an open seat. But in any event, just so people understand, you know, it's the same situation with Richard Starr and Rebecca Moore. It's a little different in a way because they drew the council person out of her ward with the new map. But in any event, what I'll say is, you know, I have to, you know, just go with the fact that incumbents are very hard to uproot, I would say. But, you know, God has a sense of humor, and I know that Charlotte Perkins has been working hard, she's been canvassing, you know, so, hey.
But your prediction is Stephanie House.
It's hard to call that one. Like I say, you know, the incumbent is very hard to.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely. Listen, Charlotte Perkins is running a hard race. She's spending a lot of money. She's in for a fight, and she's fighting hard. but in the end, it will be Stephanie House Jones.
All right. Big Sheriff?
I agree with that. I do 100%. It looks like Stephanie House Jones will take it, but Charlotte Perkins did such a fight. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. So I'll say Stephanie House Jones. Yeah, hard to beat an incumbent, but putting in the work, has high name recognition given that she was a former state rep 3 terms in a row. So that name recognition is out there. Miss Perkins, to your point, fighting the campaign, you can see it on the ground at least.
Yeah.
In the news, you can see that on the ground.
Boots on the ground. We're going to play that song in a minute, DJ Talking John. Boots on the ground. Go ahead.
But my prediction would be for Stephanie House Jones. We'll take that.
Listen, we're doing a political roundtable. Listen, the election is coming up in a few days. So you need to listen very closely and to this political roundtable. Maybe we can help you with Mike Fields, an expert on the different wards and changes. So listen closely, and in the end, if you want to make some comments, you can. This is 1490 WERE, www.newstalkcleveland.com, all over the world, political roundtable.
So Election Day is this Tuesday, November 4th.
Yes.
If you haven't voted, be out there and vote on Election Day. Go ahead.
Ward 9, Kevin Conwell, incumbent, against Alana Bell, and Randy Willis is the write-in.
Mike.
Once again, I'm just to go with the incumbent, just like you said, incumbent, and he's been in there 2001, so that's a thing right there. So I'm gonna predict Kevin Conwell in Ward 9.
All right.
Listen, Kevin Conwell, my friend, been my friend a long time. He's been a council person a long time, a good council person, but Councilman Conwell really realized that he was in a fight with Bell and Willis, and I never saw Councilman Conwell fight so hard. He got billboards up everywhere. He was running scared. So it made him work and feel. This is what I like about this election. It made these damn incumbents and others work. You understand? They just couldn't lay back. Oh, I got my constituency. They're gonna vote for me. No, you work for it. And I love this election. It's exciting to see the winners and losers. But whoever wins or loses, they're working, ain't they, brother?
Yes, they are.
All right. So before. Yeah, they hung up. All right, go ahead, Big Sheriff, and then I'm gonna come in last.
Going with Kevin Conwell, incumbent, name recognition, but Alana Bell really pushed things to the limit. She has nothing to feel bad about, no matter how it goes. Might end up being surprising, but right now, I'm giving it to the incumbent.
Okay. So this one is a bit different, just because I got the history of it, and I'm looking back at Kevin Conwell's last 3 elections where he was in the 90 percentile in vote total. So where Mike would normally make the point about an incumbent, I think this is especially prevalent here given the vote total. So I'm going to say Kevin Conwell, but just not simply because he's an incumbent, but this guy walks the ward. As everybody know, he was in our prayers a couple of days ago, or at least a week ago. He had got shot at. We had reports, but this guy is out walking the ward. His vote totals in his last 3 elections are just through the roof, and I think that's really, really hard to beat. And I always advise people, when you look at, if you want to run, look at vote totals, because you want to look at, are you doing it just to do it, or are you doing it to actually win? And that will answer your question. So I'm going with Kevin Conwell.
Kevin Conwell, at least they scared you this time, buddy.
I don't know. I saw the primary results. I don't think he was scared.
Ward,
Chip.
Ward 10.
Ward 10.
Anthony Hairston, incumbent. Michael Palencia, incumbent. Keith Hemphill,
Mike, it's on you.
It's a break.
Say it one more time.
But here we, Mike Valenti, considered it when actually board was eliminated where the board with Anthony Harris, incumbent, it's new Ward 10. But, you know, given Mike's track record,
You're breaking up a little bit on me, Fields. What you got, a rebel phone or what? You're doing good, but you got come a little closer. Yes, sir.
let me come off speak.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that better?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, what I'll say about, I don't know if you caught what I said about, you know, Anthony Harrison actually being the incumbent because it's Ward 10. Ward 8, which Mike Valenzic represents, was eliminated. He was one of the 6 wards. But what a lot of people don't know is that Mike Valenzic has been in the position since 1978.
Oof.
1978.
Woo! Yes, sir.
I think I was 3.
So, you know,
1978, you said?
Yeah,
I
that's what
could
he
be
said.
wrong. Don't quote me. I think when they redid the map, they kind of threw Harrison up into, you know, Valenzic's area. So I'm predicting, long story short, I'm predicting Valenzic on that.
Okay. Before we go to Art, we got a caller in 216-578. Caller, you are live on air. We're doing the political roundtable. What say you? Caller, you live on air. We're doing the political roundtable. What say you?
Yes.
All right. Is this Brother Edward?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Hold that. Don't go anywhere. Stay right on the line. Let's finish up with Valenti and Harrison. Okay. Stay right on the line, Edward.
Well, we on you.
All right. Absolutely. I agree with Mike Fields again. Listen, I feel bad for Anthony Harris because he's a bright young upcoming politician. And I know Blaine Griffin wanted him to keep that seat. And they thought that Mike Valenti was going to retire, but Mike Valenti roared up like a lion that he is, even though he's been in there since 1978. And he said, young man, I hate to be prejudiced, but he said, young black man, you want to fight? You want to fight like Muhammad Ali and Liston? I'll give it to you. And Anthony said, bring it on. And Anthony put up 18 billboards in the community, and Mike Valenti put up 19. It's been a dog fight all the way. So it's just like Muhammad Ali and Liston. I think in this case, Mike Valenti is Muhammad Ali, and you know what happened in that fight.
Big Share.
I'm going with Valenti only because I do believe that the way things were carved up, it favors Valenti, and I agree with Brother Mike Steele on that.
All right, I will round that up and agree that it'll be Valenti for the same reasons that were listed. The way the map was carved up, it favors Valenti. Valenti has a high voter turnout number as well in his last 3 elections. Looked at that, went over into the ward. To your point about the billboards, on one bill it is Valenti, on the very other side is Harrison. They duked it out with those billboards over there. Mike, did you catch the debate that they did? I think about a week or 2 ago.
I did not.
I did. It ended up being a tie. There was no knockout punch. Harrison held his own. Did a good job, but I think for those reasons, I think Valenti pulls this one out. Iron Mike, I think he pulls it out.
What do you think?
All right, okay, and
say it one more time. I couldn't catch that.
I said when they held up in Collinwood.
Yeah, it was. But I caught it on YouTube. Shout out to Larry Garner. He had it up, and I watched the whole thing. It was pretty good. But they both held their own. Somebody did try to use the he's too old comment, and Valenti came right back at him and held his own. So it was good. But no knockout punch from either.
All right. Thank you so much. Listen, right now, we're going to go to another. Stay right on the line, Fields and everybody. But we're going to go to Cleveland Heights right now. They got some hot races, especially that hot mayor race with them being able to recall and get Saran out of there. It's a hot race going on between two candidates. Ed Walton, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Introduce yourself.
I'm Edward Walton. I live in Cleveland Heights, and I'm looking at the race that it's a tough one. Tough one to call. The reason why I'm saying that is that
Hey, brother Walton, you on speakerphone?
Yes, I am.
All right, come off of it. You sound good, but come off of it, okay? Millions of listeners, don't be scared, okay?
Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is a good race, and we have two qualified candidates that both of them, I believe, can do the job. It's just you have to do your homework and figure out who you want to vote for. Either it's going to be John Pestry or Benita Russell. That they both are good, and they work well with the city council, and you have the residents look towards them and help back one of them, because it's a tough race.
So
Actually, it's so tough. It's too close to call.
So brother Ed, Cleveland Heights, a resident, great person in the community. So the last race, it was very surprising. Miss Russell, it was a 40 votes that separated them, Petra and Russell, and it was surprising to me because Petra had the endorsement of several of the city council and on
Right.
and on and on, and for Russell to challenge him this hard with all the backing that he had, it was very surprising to me. Was it surprising to you?
No, not really, because Benita has been out. Her campaign has been out talking to the residents, and what she has done when she speaks, she follows through.
So let me ask you this tricky question, Brother Walton. I know you're a minister and all, and on a Sunday you wouldn't tell a fib. Does this race have any racial bearings? I'm not talking about prejudice, racial bearings. I'm talking about racial bearings. Period. By Miss Russell being black, right?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I believe the residents will be voting on the qualification of each one of them.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Saran, the former mayor Saran, who I kind of liked a little bit, even though I'm not Cleveland Heights resident, so I have no authority to really like anyone, but as a person, I kind of liked him. Was Saran black?
I'm not sure what his nationality was.
I know he sometimes he said things like he was black, and I just couldn't see it. But I agree with you on that. I don't know myself, but nevertheless, too close to call. I know the city. I'm asking you some tricky questions, Brother Walton. I know this Cleveland Heights. The city of Cleveland Heights is one of the most non-biased places in the whole wide world. That's why you live there, Minister
Right.
Walton. So you think that it'll strictly be on their merit and not at all on their race?
That's what I believe. It'd be on their merit.
All right, so Ed Walton, great resident of East Cleveland, Cleveland expert. So you are telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you that you're going to vote this race on on the merit.
Yes, I am.
All right, and
I urge. I don't care what candidates and who's out there running for office, but I do my homework and try to get the best one for the job.
Mike,
I feel.
Mike Fields, are you on the line?
I am.
You have any comments? I know you're not from Cleveland Heights. You giving us the Cleveland report, but do you have any comments for our brother Ed Walton, who happened to be my cousin, by the way, one of my favorite cousins? Okay.
Well, one of the things that all right, you asked a very interesting question. Is it the length or the recall of steering racially motivated? And I'm just going to say this in an affirmation. I think it was racially motivated. And that's my opinion on that particular subject. But in any event, I know Davita Russell. She's a great organizer. She's a sister because I'm a retired administrative organizer, with one of the largest unions in the country. And she's a union person. And what strikes me strange is and I'm just going to be honest with you, the former president of the AFL-CIO, which her and Davita Russell worked together for years, supported Petros rather than to support her union sister. And I thought that was totally racially motivated. And I just have to be honest. You know what I mean? And so I'm not sure that Cleveland Heights, because when you look at the racial percentage, it's 50% black and 50% white in the city of Cleveland Heights. And I don't know. This is Syrian was their first mayor. Before that, they had city managers. And
right.
I think the money is in Cleveland Heights to control that. But I don't know that they're ready for a black mayor. And I'll say that, but I'm supporting Davita Russell. So, and I'll land the plane right there.
All right, so Brother Edward, now you can refute this because you made a good point to me, and I asked you that some time ago. You said no, you all recall that mayor because of what?
Because of what he have done in office. It was a toxic workplace, and him not turn it into to make it be a pleasant workplace, that he had it toxic, and his wife didn't make it no better. I also say that when what I have read and what was put out, that I'm just trying to figure out what was the reason why he had to go in after hours and put cameras in the office so he can spy on some of the workers or council people.
All right, okay, good refute. So Brother Walton, the election is right around the corner, and my question Tuesday, and my question to you, did you preach this? Before I ask you your question, because I'm gonna make sure you get the Holy Ghost so you tell the truth. Did you preach this Sunday?
At my second, I have two services up on the first Sunday. That I don't preach at my main church, but I have another service, and I start around 2:00.
All right. So a shout out to my dear friend Reverend Norris. You know Reverend Norris, Billy Sharp, Reverend Norris. Okay, you know him. You just don't know him. He's the head of the what's the organization he's the head of?
Cleveland Clergy Alliance.
Cleveland Curriculum Alliance. So
Yes, I'm part of. I'm one of the executive board.
yes, sir. So my question to you is, I gave you all that to set you up to say, prediction. Who do you predict will win?
He said it's too close to call.
It's too, for me, I say it's too close to call.
He said
You sound like a politician.
all right.
All right.
No, I'm being truthful.
I know. I'm just.
And I believe it's too close to call.
You're my cousin, and I can mess with you like that. Hey, thank you so much, Reverend Edward Walton. We love you, and we'll see what happens in Cleveland Heights. Okay?
Big Sheriff.
Will do.
All right. Bye bye.
Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Big Sheriff, we're gonna have to go into a lightning round. Just want to shout out to Kim Thomas running for re-election in Richmond Heights, and shout out to Anita Blackwell, Mayor Blackford. We got a call, and then Big Sheriff, we're gonna have to go into a lightning round after this. So 216-578-1490 is the caller number. Calling you live on the air.
Yeah, I just want to tell y'all something brief that should be on the air. A well-run, taxpayer-funded neighborhood public elementary school is always something that draws in people who want to live into that neighborhood. And none of these council people have spoken up about the potential possibility of them losing an elementary school, or spoken up about if they do lose the school, what's going to be done for with the building to support their council ward. That should be brought into question for all of these council people. And then the last thing is this.
Well, hold on, Tom. First, which city are you talking about?
Ohio.
Okay.
And none of these council people have spoken up about the misappropriation of funds RTA has done with their quasi next gen project, where they claim they did studies, but they won't produce any of the work for the studies that they did at all. And they put in routes that are slower than the routes they claiming are faster. Just want to put that out there. These council people are responsible for city services. Those are city services.
All right, Big Sheriff, give us the
Wait,
next couple.
one second, real quick. What ward are you in? You live in California, don't you?
Ward 1.
All right. What's your prediction?
Joe.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
All right.
Thank you.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Art, can I just speak to what the brother just said, because he does have a profound point. Here's the situation in the city of Cleveland. There's 607 school districts in the state of Ohio, and Cleveland CMSD is the only school district who do not elect their school board. Now, don't mistake what I'm saying. That's not saying that that's the answer to the issues that we have, but we are the only one who's mayoral rule, right? And so to be a mayor of a major city is a full-time job. So when does he attend, and this is no reflection on him because it happened way before he came into office.
Mm-hmm.
When does he attend to the school? On his school break? So as a result, on his coffee break, as a result, we have not graded over the level of a D in the CMSD school system in the last 25 years, which is how long? Last year was the last 25th anniversary of our mayoral rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that actually means that even if I do graduate from a CMSD high school, I'm graduating at a state level as functionally illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And something has to be done about that.
So
because if you keep on doing what you used to do, you're going to keep on getting what you used to get.
So I'm going to say
So,
this.
his point, and I'm going to leave that alone, but he has a point. We need to do something about our school system because it hasn't worked in the last 25 years.
So I'll say this. I completely agree with Mike. I'm not putting this at the foot of this mayor, but I do believe, and always have believed, that we should be able to elect our school board members. That goes back to Mike White up through Frank Jackson's term, and now this mayor. I would also say, just because you're a mayor of a major city does not necessarily give you expertise in running the school system. Now, again, I'm not setting at the foot of this mayor because that's what he walked in on, but I agree with Mike, so something needs to be done, and that's got to be ballot-wise, so I don't think it's even proper to try to lay that problem at the feet of city council members. I think that's something that citizens have to put on the ballot and vote for. If we can't, how much more time do we got? Okay. Can we do a lightning round real quick?
You know that city council can initiate the legislation, or we can do it as a legislative petition.
Yeah.
So
City council can initiate a lot of things, but I don't think we're gonna leave it. We're gonna relegate it to them and hope that they get the courage to do it.
Ward 11.
Go ahead.
Andrew Fontanarosa against Nikki Hudson.
Mike.
I'm gonna go with Nikki Hudson on that. Basically, well, are the other two right-hands? Is that correct, Big Sheriff?
I don't see it as a right-hand. I just see it as head-to-head.
Basically unopposed.
Yeah, that's what I got too. That she was basically unopposed. I don't know where the second one came. So you see that as both of them on the ballot?
That's apparently from them. It doesn't say right-hand next to it.
I think
But I'll go with Nikki Hudson.
My prediction in that board is Nikki Hudson.
All right.
I pass and go to you, Billy Sharp. I don't know much about that race.
To Big Sheriff, then me.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Big Sheriff. Lightning round.
Nikki Hudson.
Okay, I concur. What's next?
Ward 12. Danny Kelly, incumbent. Tammy Shaw. Or Tamay Shaw.
Mike.
I'm going with Danny Kelly on that one. He's the incumbent.
All right.
So I think that gives him the edge.
All right.
I agree with that. The edge go to Kelly.
Big Sheriff.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna say I agree. I will say I think that's gonna be a close race. Danny Kelly's been out there working, but looking at the primary results, it was close. So he's gonna have to work extra hard. But I think Danny Kelly pulls it out. All right, next.
Ward 13. Brian Casey against incumbent against write-in Gilder Malone.
Mike.
Was that Santana?
No, Casey.
Casey. Basically hands down.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, and Gilda Malone is a good friend of mine. I've known her for years.
Mm-hmm.
But, the fact is, in the city of Cleveland, it's hard to win as a Republican.
But Mike, not only that, but it's difficult to win as a write-in as well. I mean, that's a factor there too.
Yeah.
Whether she was a Democrat or not, that write-in thing, man, that gets you.
That's a double whammy in my opinion.
Yeah, you might as well have on a brick backpack and jump in the lake on that one, because that's bad.
All right, Casey, the only write-in candidate I see winning by a landslide is Dantes Teller.
See, I think you have on a brick backpack because you keep pushing that, and you know that's not.
Go ahead.
All right. Anyway, go ahead. I agree. So go ahead to the next one. Are we gonna get to the mayor's
Ward
race?
15.
Ward 15.
Charles Slice, incumbent against Terrell Bell, write-in.
Slice. I'm out of order, but go ahead.
Right?
Slice.
Yeah. No, you.
Yeah,
I concur.
Yeah, same thing there.
I do too.
Yeah. All right, what you got next, Big Sheriff?
Let's go to East Cleveland.
Go ahead.
Latif Shabazz, who's sitting in as mayor against the mayor. That's just the mayor. Beforehand, Sandra Morgan.
Mike.
Now I'm gonna have to say that Latif Shabazz is the mayor. He's not sitting in.
That's right. He is the mayor.
Correct.
That's correct.
That's correct.
He's the
Gotta give him out there.
That's right.
So that we know nobody get it mixed
But
up.
Mike, see, this is one of those ones where incumbency may not be. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your prediction. I ain't gonna jump on your steam.
No. I said earlier in my prediction that God has a sense of humor. Sometimes it don't go the way that we think it goes.
Yeah.
But in any event, I'm predicting Latif Shabazz.
Go ahead.
I know, Billy, you're going on the.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Well. I hear what our brother is saying about Latif Shabazz. He's a friend, but the fact of the matter is that Latif Shabazz and his team has stopped campaigning after the primary victory of Sergeant Morgan. Shabazz literally stopped campaigning. everywhere you see is Morgan, 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 and you don't even Lateef Shabazz don't even act like he wants to win, or that primary that he was slaughtered in scared him so bad that he lost his fight, and so he's just trying to finish out this term as the elected as the mayor, appointed mayor, and shouts out to him. But the fact of the matter is, the people in East Cleveland, that they hate Eric Brewer so bad, and they know that Eric Brewer is chief of staff, and they know that Eric Brewer is his go-to guy. They hate Eric Brewer so bad that they're going to this. I predict that this East Cleveland election, you won't ever see nothing like it. Sandra Morgan will win 95% of the vote.
So hey, look, y'all, we coming back for the 8 o'clock hour. I go with Sandra Morgan too. Got two billboards right next to each other. That I've never seen that before. Look, so can y'all join us back in the 8 o'clock hour so we can finish? We still got Cleveland mayor's race. I think it's some judges race we win.
Oh, we gotta get those judges. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the 8 o'clock hour, join us back. All right, this is Art McKoy, Country Music and Common Sense Radio Show.
Don't forget to make your comments too.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And we are headed into the 8 o'clock hour. Join us in a minute. We'll be right back.
Billy, I heard you're hungry. You want some cheese?
No, I don't want any cheese.
Okay, all right. I just offered it.
More racist than I thought.